Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Scorpio for 2023. As you know, dear Scorpio, 2023 is a year of the water rabbit. And of course, the rabbit is a symbol of longevity and peace and prosperity. So do focus on those things as you are moving through this year, because it is going to be a year of hope, a year of change, a year of finding and discovering new aspects of yourself, finding and discovering new perspectives that can help you see the goals and the wishes that you want to come to fruition more clearly. And as you know, dear Scorpio, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate. Do not force anything to resonate. Just take what applies and leave the rest. And I've also meditated on the cards. I've shuffled the cards. This is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. In the challenging position, we have the Temperance card, clarified by the King of Swords. In the Advice from Spirit position, we have the Page of Cups, clarified by the King of Pentacles. And in the first part of 2023, you do have the Ten of Pentacles, clarified by the Knight of Cups. And in the second part of 2023, you have the Hermit, clarified by the King of Cups, which is great. I really love the spread. I think that your year is going to be very grounded, very stable. You're going to have financial security, but you also are going to focus on, making sure that you're aligned in the spiritual sense, in the healing sense. So that is important to acknowledge. Now, in the past position, we do have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords is a card that is often referred to as kind of advancing your interests through deception or through something that isn't necessarily super honest. It could be that you may have broken a rule here or there. It could have been that you've kind of avoided a little bit of a responsibility here or there in order to gain advantage. And, many people interpret Seven of Swords differently. Some people believe if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Others say that, Seven of Swords is a helpful card to help us. Sometimes you have to break the rules because, otherwise if you follow every single rule ever created, then you're never gonna get anywhere. So, this card is largely viewed as positive, but I do believe there's always a cost associated with the swords. Yes, you may gain an advancement or an advantage over a situation, over a person, or what have you, but there's always some sort of a price that will come at the end. And so when you have this combination with the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, definitely you may have been able to gain some advantage when it comes to financially speaking, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about quite a few investments that you've made well. It's a card that brings in the money. It's a card that brings in the assets, the resources that you need. And so you did well for yourself when it comes to resources, dear Scorpio. Now, in the obstacle position, we do have Temperance, which is a warning sign from the divine about moderation. Temperance is all about moderation. So something in your life is out of balance, out of moderation. You may be, socializing too much, doing something that is like reckless a little bit, or maybe you are not being patient with a situation or with people. You may be kind of, thinking too negatively about something, or kind of being obsessive over something. It is important to break that because, again, it's okay to think and analyze and all of that, but there is moderation. You have to remember that life is all about balance, so you have to kind of try and keep that balance. If you, socialized and had too much to eat or drink, then the next couple of days have to be, times when you kind of recuperate and adopt healthy habits and so on and so forth. Balance is very, very important, and especially when you have the King of Swords here in the clarifying position, because the king can be quite manipulative when he's an obstacle. It could be that you have someone that you have to deal with, like an authority figure of some kind, that's not over you. It's not an authority figure that is standing over you, just an authority figure in general, because sometimes, like, you have to pay taxes, you have to follow the social rules, what have you. And so it's very important to kind of be aligned and in your balance, so that the King of Swords doesn't get the best of you, because the King of Swords can be quite difficult to deal with. He sometimes thinks he knows everything, and he's logic proof, and he has all the answers to all the questions, and he's not always obviously right. Kings sometimes do make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, because that's what makes us human. But the King of Swords in the clarifying position is definitely a person for you to pay attention to as you go through 2023, because you want to see him as an example of what not to do, and try and be sort of the opposite, if you will. Now, the advice from Spirit is great. It's the Page of Cups, which, suggests that you want to be open to new things. You also want to be of some sort of a service to others as well. You want to have that humble approach, You want to kind of follow your intuition. You want to tune into your intuition and pursue new things, new adventures. You also want to nurture your inner child and be kind to yourself. Guilt is a waste of time. Don't ever spend a lot of time feeling guilt. You're moving forward, so heal. Find a way to inspire yourself, to motivate yourself, to simplify your life, to create a life that you don't want a vacation from. You want to simplify your life, rather than thinking about what are other people expect from me, what do they want, how do I please them, and all of that. You want to focus on making sure that you are in line with your energy, in line with your vibration. You want to make sure that you are following your intuition, and that you simplify things rather than make them overly complicated, because you do have someone who is supportive over you. You have the King of Pentacles in the clarifying position, which tells me you have someone in your life who can provide sound advice, who can provide their knowledge, and share their knowledge with you, so that you can benefit from that as well. Use someone in your life as like a life coach or a mentor, because sometimes two heads are better than one, and so having another voice adding to your intuition and to your voice is always a great thing to do. Now, in the first part of 2023, you do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is great, because it's a card that brings stability, that brings that legacy, because it's a card of like a multi-generational card. We see several generations in one card. And so the Ten of Pentacles tells us that you may be receiving passive income throughout 2023, which is going to help you kind of feel secure and feel grounded, and to also pursue something that you've always wanted to pursue, something that your heart kind of wants to create. If someone offers you something creative, go for it. Take a chance, even if you're not really sure where it's going to lead to begin with. That will allow you to kind of expand and create a whole new perspective in your life, and to create a whole new vibrant environment in your life that's going to help you ultimately achieve your goals and your dreams, dear Scorpio. We do have in the second part of 2023 the Hermit, clarified by the King of Cups, and that tells me that you're definitely searching for something. There's something that you are leveling up, because the Hermit is a leveling up card when it comes to wisdom. And sometimes sort of standing to the side a little bit and finding that moment of solitude actually allows you to level up. Sometimes solitude can present really powerful results, and so it takes a lot of power, a lot of strength to kind of shut off all the noise and focus on your mind, and the incredible amount of faith to believe that you are going down the right path, and that you have all the tools at your disposal to create the life that you want to see. You know, the Hermit and the King of Cups, both cards are guiding you and encouraging you to move forward. The King of Cups is bringing in the compassion. Be kind to yourself, you know. Create that balance between your divine masculine and your divine feminine. What does that mean? That means that, you know, if you're experiencing aggression, bring in compassion to balance that out. If you're bringing in strength and bravery and like hunter type instincts, you know, bring in the softness and the patience and the tenderness, if you will. So, you know, use the man qualities and women qualities to balance yourself out. That is what, you know, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, it's about the duality, right? You need both elements for the thing to work. And so it's really truly important to remember, you know, that the Hermit is actually a privileged card to receive, because the Hermit seeks the truth. He expands the consciousness, and that is the purpose of all beings on planet Earth, is to expand the consciousness. Consciousness is love. You cannot expand consciousness without love. Love is defined by many different things, but in this most purest form, love is energy. It just is. It doesn't have an opposite, because hate is not the opposite of love. There's no opposite to love. It's just energy. It's just is, you know. And so that is important, definitely, to remember that in the second part of 2023, you are completing that growth phase, and you are looking at all the wisdom you've acquired, and you're seeing, you know, how you can use that wisdom before you move forward to create an even better world for yourself. So a lot of exciting things are happening, dear Scorpio. But let's see what we can clarify with an angel oracle card that I pulled earlier, and we have ask for help from others. Definitely don't hesitate to maybe delegate some things. Don't hesitate to ask for help in handling, you know, a situation at work or a situation at home. You know, you're not meant to do everything by yourself. We are social beings. We require each other to help us kind of move forward. We warn each other. We support each other. You know, and so we also have that collective mind. So you have access to two minds and two hearts: your own mind, your own heart, and the collective mind and the collective heart. You have the angels and the spirits and the ancestral guides helping you guide forward. You have people on earth that are going through the experience with you. They are also guiding you forward. So don't be shy about asking for help from others. And let's see what we can clarify with the energy oracle card that I pulled. We have envy. So someone around you could be experiencing envy. You could also be experiencing it. And frankly, I have a strange personal view on envy, because I believe that energy in every single, all of us, like all of our bodies, is identical, but our bodies are different. So in my opinion, when I look at another person, their energy is the same as mine. Their body is different, therefore their personality is different, therefore their ego is different, therefore their capabilities are different. Some people know how to sing, other people know how to draw, maybe someone else knows how to build cars. cars, built homes, whatever. You know, it just, everyone has different unique skills based on their bodies and the time that they were born, and the environment, you know, and all of that, in which they grew up in, and what has affected their body, because the energy requires the body in order to be on this planet. And so I don't feel any necessarily any type of envy, because I just see it as a waste, you know. I see myself in, I don't know, Tom Cruise, or in, I don't know, Angelina Jolie. I'm using famous names because most people recognize them. But I don't see there's any difference in us, because we come from the source. Our bodies are different, and what we do on planet Earth with our bodies, that is different, but we come from the same source. So when we take the knowledge, we take it back to the source. All the experience, we take it back to the source. So in my opinion, as long as you strive in your little corner of the world to do the best that you can, envy really doesn't have a place, because in your next lifetime journey, you can be Angelina Jolie if you want to. But I promise you, you know, they don't have easier lives. It looks from the outside that lives are easy and wonderful and great. They're not. The envy card could also, it doesn't necessarily represent your energy. It could also represent an energy of someone around you that has an effect on you. And that is why it is coming up in this reading. But it is important to remember, you are working with energy. Your job is to create. You literally wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, I will create joy today. And then you go to work on creating joy. And it, you know, at first it's going to feel like work, but then once you start realizing how easy it is to work with energy, it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier, if you will. And then you start to realize that you are quite powerful. I think the biggest fraud and deceit is to tell you that you have no power. You have the most incredible power. But that requires understanding energy, because people a lot of times don't really know how to create energy. And the first thing you do is you find that stillness, because energy doesn't sleep, it does not eat, it does not need a house or a car, it doesn't need anything, it just is. And so when you find that moment of stillness and you feel yourself kind of pulsating, or you hear your heartbeat coming through, you know, the objective is not to think about anything. It's just to sit with energy. And then when your emotions calm down and you realize that you're spiritually becoming lifted, that is when you're able to create incredible things. But there are many spiritual classes out there, and many of them are free. There's many classes with energy. I mean, incredible. And I definitely encourage people to take it. There's so many master classes. I recently took a master class. It was incredible. I felt really inspired by that, so I definitely recommend it. Let's see. Sorry about that. I think I went on a tangent there a little bit, but let's see what we can clarify with the mystical wisdom card. And we've got illusion, embrace the truth. And that is exactly what you're doing, because you are channeling that hermit energy in the second part of the year. You will be embracing the truth. You will be seeing through the illusion better and better and better and better, and it's going to really increase. And by the time you get into 2024, you're going to be, you know, at a whole new different level. Dear Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I do hope that you have an incredible 2023. I hope that the water rabbit brings you a lot of prosperity and a lot of abundance and a lot of peace, and a lot of results that you have been longing to see as well. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I will see you soon.